Hey guys! Welcome to Weekly Art Inspirations. I am still not sure if this is a bonus video or it is a normal video. You watching it, you will know whether or not this is coming out a day later, a day normal. That makes sense in some world. Don't ask me what world, but I'm sure it makes sense in some world. Anyway, so this is day 12 of Mermay. And it is of two of my characters, so the same characters I've been doing quite often, or the same main female character named Elise, who I keep doing quite often. This is her, and her lover, Brenson DeKeffo, who is in this story. I actually just finished writing this, my mermaid story, so I'm very happy about that. But that was one of the reasons they kept showing up so often, is because I was working on and off on that story, writing it, and of course they just couldn't leave me alone, and so I had to draw them, or well, paint them kissing, and it was honestly super fun to do this. If you want to know kind of the little written story behind this, check out my Instagram. It has both a little bit closer up picture of this as well as more details about the characters, as well as following my Instagram. That's where you're going to find a lot of my kind of more personal work, and a lot more of what I do. As much as I post on YouTube, I actually do a lot more art outside of YouTube. And so yeah, definitely check out my Instagram. It is a Star Briar Art is what I go by. But this next one is day 14. I'm sorry, it is day 13. Can I get it right? Not for my life. But these are actually not characters I originally had in mind. This kind of came to be, and the story on my Instagram is the fact that this mermaid is in training, and one of the things you do to be in training to be a mermaid is you have to save a sailor or someone who's fallen into the sea and is drowning. And so this young mermaid saves him, and she's getting top marks for saving him, and then the class looks over and one of the mer girls goes, "Miss, whoever is kissing the guy she just saved." And so that was kind of the story and the idea behind it. I love doing illustrations that have a story to them. I think that's what tells so much about them. It gives them such a fun backstory and kind of a history, something interesting for people to see. And also it helps you see where you're going, which I would definitely think is a great inspiration to do art, is if you like illustration. I love illustration. And so to do that is always look for how you can tell a story. That's what illustration is about, is telling some kind of story. Whatever that may be, that's what you're trying to kind of get through to whoever's looking at it. And this next one is Mermay Day 15. I honestly just had the idea that this girl, you know, they talk about you can hear the ocean, and for anyone who's seen the movie Aquamarine, I always love how she talked to her dad via a phone shell. And so I was thinking, you know, this girl is talking to someone via the phone, and she's just waiting for someone to answer her phone shell. And I don't know, I picture mermaids in a cave for some reason. I think it would be somewhere that's a little bit more secluded, that maybe people don't often see mermaids in. It's somewhere people might not always go looking for them. So that was kind of the inspiration behind this one. And I'm using my normal tools of a gel, white pen, watercolors, and my watercolor brush. Oh, and my black Chinese or Japanese ink pen. So this is day 16, and I did a poll on Instagram. Another reason to follow me on Instagram is I do polls a lot of times that ask you guys what you'd like to see me do. And I had the choice between Merida and Maleficent to turn them into mermaids. And everyone, well, it was about 60% for Maleficent and I think 40 or 30 for Merida. I know those numbers don't add up, but I was so excited because I got to do Maleficent. She is one of, after the movie Maleficent, it was one of my favorite, it still is one of my favorite movies, because it is such a great storytelling and such a great twist of a storytelling. And so I had to do Maleficent as what she would look like, as well as Dervol being in the background as some sea monster. And for the next one, which is day 17, this as well was Disney themed, but it wasn't so much because I asked anyone on Instagram. I was cleaning. I'm planning to move. By the time this goes up, I might have moved, but pretty much I was thinking about Ariel, and the Disney's Ariel, where she has her treasure trove of all of the cave that has all of this treasure in it. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny, because we don't ever see, really, besides Flounder, a really good friend of hers who's a mermaid. And I thought, wouldn't it be funny if she had a friend who came over, and I'm sure the friend would be like, Ariel, you have too much stuff. This is called hoarding. Like, this is a problem. And so I just thought, it would be fun to show that, of not having Ariel in the picture, but the idea of Ariel in it. And on we go to the next one, which is day number 18, and as I said, the poll was Merida against Maleficent to become a mermaid. I really wanted to do Merida, so I came back and I decided that's what I was going to do. This one was really fun because I had the idea of what she'd look like in my head. I knew where I wanted her to go and how I wanted her to look like, so it was really fun. I've done Merida, I have, I've already done Rapunzel by this point, and I really, really loved doing some of the Disney characters. I was a Disney fan, I grew up being a Disney fan, and I loved Merida. I love so many of the Disney characters. It was great fun to do her as one of the days. And last and certainly not least, I hope you guys remember to stay inspired, stay amazing, and remember that you are incredible. Hey guys! So the reason you are not going to be able to see how I did this Mermay, I believe it's going to be week 3. If it's on week 4, then you know that apparently I had too many in week 3. But this mermaid got done while I was on a small vacation with a friend of mine, and so that is why you do not get to see, unfortunately, the watercolor painting of this. Hopefully you guys are okay with it. I still think it looks really cool. I hope you guys like it. I think it's so fun to do mermaids. There's just something so magical about them. I love doing them. I hope you guys do things that you love and stay inspired, and remember that you're amazing, because I truly hope you guys always know that about yourselves. And just another little thing as well, sometimes I forget to say this, but be sure to subscribe. We are trying to get to 50 subs where we will be giving away this little guy, so be sure to tell your friends, your neighbors, that random guy on the street who you may not know. I'm sure he would be interested. Or her, depending on who you're meeting. But I hope you guys just enjoy the rest of the video, or if this is at the end of it, I hope you enjoy the rest of what is left.